Okay, here we go. I know I said I probably would never do taxi work again on the stream, but I decided to do it again to see how quickly we can hit it now. Because it's triple money right now, and the pay has been boosted since the last update, too. Okay. Hey everyone, how you guys doing?
Sending you the address now.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna try to get $2 million in under 2 hours. I know that's gonna be, or $1 million in under 2 hours. I know that's gonna be crazy, but I think I can get it if I really push myself with the taxi. So $1 million in 2 hours, you know, let's see if we can hit it. So I'll be driving like crazy here, like a maniac. No, a million, I was just misspeaking with 2 million, but I think I can, yeah. And if this goes, if I manage to get it in $1 million in under 2 hours, then what I will do is on the next time there's a taxi event, I'll do a $2 million speedrun. Oh, you can't hear me? Wait, can you guys hear me? No problem, WRV. Oh, we can? Okay, there was just somebody saying that they couldn't hear me. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna be making a lot more money through taxi work because it's triple money on taxi work, and taxi work was also like tripled because of the bail enforcement DLC too.
Thank you.
I got a customer for you right now.
Thank you, Sleep Punch Man. Thank you for the super chat. I don't really know much about that. I just know that that's something that's the media has been talking about, but I don't speak on politics. I don't get involved in that stuff. Oh, thank you, Aternus. Okay, we're already at $8,000, guys. So let me ask you guys in the chat. Do you think I can get to $1 million in under 2 hours? Do you think I can do it? Okay, people think I can do it. Okay. We're gonna push ourselves then. And I know a lot of shortcuts too. I know one shortcut right here. Aw, crap. Fell right on top of a car too. That's my luck, right? Okay. Okay, here we go.
Thanks.
Don't do shortcuts. Well, we'll see.
I've got someone for you.
Oh, they're at the airport. Okay. Let me check chat here. Any tips about getting money in GTA Online kind of quick? Thank you, Matt. The quickest way to get money in GTA Online these days is to have 5 MC businesses, a nightclub linked to it, bunker, and an acid lab. And producing all those passive businesses at the same time, make sure you resupply them. And in the meantime, while they're resupplying, you want to do heists. Like Casino Heist, Cayo Perico Heist, and then just sell all the stuff at the end of the day. And thank you, Lendon. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for, thanks, man, for sponsoring my channel for 2 years. Thanks, man. Well then, that's gonna be problematic since you gotta be, going full crazy taxi mode. And remember, the rural fare is almost 2-3 kilometers. I think I can do it, though. I think if I push myself, I think I can do it. This one spawned in a pretty stupid location here. Thank you, Matt. Okay. Ah, great. Why am I going this way? Yeah. I gotta go that ramp. Taking the wrong ramp. I'm wasting time on this. Okay. Best of luck to you, Pro. Thank you, Jason. Nice fedora, beautiful charcoal hat. Thank you. You're not gonna believe this, but a YouTuber got arrested in 2022 for making a meme of Mamta, but the Supreme Court saved the guy. You're talking about that woman who's in charge of West Bengal, like the governor there, right? The video that I just put out recently. Thank you, FTV, for the super chat. Please don't do this and torture yourself doing taxi work like last time. Actually, it's gonna be a lot easier than last time, because the pay is gonna be so much more now. Here we go. Ah, crap.
What are you doing?
Hit the side of that car. Okay. Nice driving. Thank you. Well, messed up a little bit at the end, but...
Thanks.
Okay, we are at $26,000 already. My enemy pro, my PSN is bullet full of venom. I can add you, Nate, but I will, I'll do it after the stream, okay? Because I'm just in the middle of the speed run right now. But yeah, I will say, what basically pushed me to make that video was I see like so many false stereotypes of Indians, just like, accusing them of being scammers. And there is parts of India that do have, like, a lot of those call centers, and there is a scam problem, but it's not fair to, you know, hundreds of millions of hardworking Indians that have nothing to do with those scams. And they hate those scammers, too, because they make their country look bad. But what I was surprised to know when I was doing more research on this is that the vast majority of the scams in India are actually coming from one specific region of India. So there aren't that many scams in the other regions of India. It's just, they're coming from West Bengal and Kolkata. And when I was researching like the government in West Bengal and Kolkata, and I was like looking up the people that were like running that place, there was just so much corruption with the police and the government. The director general of the police was corrupt. Like there's so much corruption. And so that's the reason that the scams are sort of controlled in West Bengal, because the government there is corrupt. And so the Indian federal government needs to actually clean it up. And they need to, you know, get rid of these people, like, arrest these people. Yeah, I know. A lot of times the police in India will think that because they're not scamming Indians, it's not our problem. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Thank you.
How long will this take? I don't know. We're already at 37,000, so we're gonna have to see.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
I have to hit 500,000 before 1 hour is up. We're already 10 minutes in. If I'm gonna hit $1 million in 2 hours. That's not gonna take, 4 hours. Which faction would you rather join, the Railroad or the Institute? Honestly, neither one. I think that as, like, director of the Institute, you should have the option of, like, reforming it and, like, making it, like, better. Like, you should have that option. And honestly, what I will say is I hope that one day they make the evil ending for one of the Fallout games, like, canon. Because it's like every single Fallout game, it's always the good ending that's canon, and I can imagine that, like, for Fallout 4, why don't they make the evil ending canon? Because, like, Sean was part of the Institute. So, like, why don't they just do that? Like, that would be at least a little bit interesting. But one thing we do know is we know that the Institute is destroyed. We do know that it's gone. So canon, the Institute is, gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And that's because of the Fallout TV show, because it is the Pridwin from Boston. It's the same ship that's in Fallout 4. So the Institute didn't bring it down, which means the Institute got destroyed. So the Institute is gone by the time of the Fallout TV show.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Pro, India,
There's a job near you right now.
well, I would thank you, Greatest Within. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for a year. I think that India will be a superpower within the next few years. I think it will be. Maybe next few decades, I would say. But India is a rising superpower, and it's had a tremendous economic growth. I would say the problem that India has is it just suffers from a lot of corruption issues. I would say that that's the main thing that's holding the country back. But once India cleans up its corruption issues, it can rise to become a superpower. Yeah, I might play the Infamous games one day. Damn, I didn't want to slow down there, but I had no choice. I hope that I stay in the city, because I really don't want to go to the countryside for these taxi missions. I really don't want to.
Gracias.
60,000. Okay, there we go. Do you think GTA 4 is getting remastered? Thank you, Smoggy. It's possible, but I don't think anytime soon right now. Who would win in a fight, Rick Sanchez versus Agent 47? Who's Rick Sanchez? Wait, who? I know what Agent 47 is, but who's Sanchez? Are you talking about Sanchez in Hitman Absolution? Is that who you're talking about?
And off we go.
Wait, what's number one, Greatest Weapon? Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Rick and Morty. Oh, I don't know who Rick Sanchez is. I don't watch that show. $1 million, are you a madman? I'll get to it. Thank you, Justin. I will get to it.
Thank you so much.
There we go. Okay, 72,000. We're making good progress, guys.
Did you like
I got a customer for you right now.
dipshit?
Oh, great. Okay. I'm gonna take a risky shortcut right now. Okay, well that knocks off one of the doors. At least that'll help. Okay, that shortcut paid off.
Taxi! I'm really not in the mood for this. Hi! Let's go, please.
Oh, come on. Did you have to go to the countryside? Okay. You know, some of these people I'll say are like really lazy because they take a taxi ride for like half a mile. Who takes a taxi ride for half a mile? They could walk that. What do you think the last DLC should be? A mall? What do you mean a mall? Like, no, I think the last DLC, Willie, should be a final heist, like a new heist, a new location, something like Cayo Perico, like a new heist location, and also mansions. That's what I think the final heist should be. Mansions and a new heist. Shouldn't matter you get paid, don't you? I guess, yeah, but... It's like, I don't know who takes a taxi for half a mile, though. There we go. Okay, 85,000 already. Nice. Okay.
I've got someone for you.
Would Insta-Heat be penalized for hiring a wanted murderer? Back then it was, background checks were not as efficient to do as they are today, but if Instant Heat hired somebody, because you have to prove intent, if they hired somebody that they knew had like an arrest warrant out for them in Detroit, then yeah, they could very much get in trouble for that. What up, Michael returning? Yep, they could do that, too. You know, people are saying like some film studio DLC, but I don't know how that would work exactly. Because here's the thing is, people are saying, you know, let's make a Michael movie DLC. Like, people keep saying that, but the thing is, like, what would you do in that DLC exactly? And it could get boring. Like, it could, you know, Michael could, like, call you up and tell you to go over, like, pick up some actor and, like, drive them there, like, maybe save them from, like, a gang member or something like that, and he's drive them back to the studio. Like, I don't really think a DLC like that would be too interesting. I mean, it'd be cool to see Michael come back, but, like, for the gameplay of the DLC, I don't think that's what a lot of people are thinking about. Is, like, you know, how would a Michael DLC, like, work in gameplay? Okay. Thank you, Fernando. I quit my restaurant job yesterday and made my job, my side job, my full-time job. And I make, more and I'm happier. It's 130 degrees Fahrenheit and the boss. Boss we have is, a fan. Oh, you quit your restaurant job yesterday and made my side job my full-time job and I make more and I'm happier. Okay, that's good. As long as you're happy, Express, that's what matters the most. Thank you, man, for the super chat.
I am.
On Sonya Masson incident, atheists and unbelievers are questioning if there's true to existence of god demons from how the cop reacted. Why unbelievers get angry at something they don't believe exists. Wait, what are you talking about, Chryslin? Thank you for the super chat, but what are you talking about? I'm generally confused. And I don't like speaking any kind of religion, but I don't even know what you're talking about. How can I help you with a heist? Well, Willie, I appreciate it, but I don't really need any help. I could help you if you need help, but I could do it either, you know, tomorrow, maybe later perhaps, but on this stream, I'm just doing taxi work. That's all I'm doing here. What if Michael came back and we got to rob the jewel store? Well, it wouldn't make any sense. Because Michael is retired. He doesn't want to deal with that nonsense anymore. It's been like 10 years, too. So it would, you know, ruin Michael's character to JM58. Thank you for the super chat. Chryslin, can you explain what you're talking about? I'm generally confused. The Sonya Masson incident in which a cop killed a woman for saying I rebuke in... Wait, when did this happen and where did this happen? Okay, we're at $99,000, guys. We are about to be 10% of the way there, pretty much. Wait, what, Saki? Is there something new now, Chase?
Thank you.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
Okay, up here. Oh, it happened in Springfield? Where is that? But I would have to look up this police incident, guys. I don't know what this police incident is, but like I could look it up and then I could talk about it more on my next stream and let you guys know what I think, but I don't know. Like, could somebody explain to me what happened exactly? But this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Is the next LA Noir video the last one? No, there's still like 5 more cases, Matt, I think.
Let's go, please.
Oh god, look at where I gotta drive this guy to. You've gotta be kidding me. Like, look at this. Okay, thankfully I actually know a shortcut to get there. Yeah, this sucks right now. Like, look at where I gotta drive to. This is ridiculous. Thankfully, I know a shortcut. I wish you could, you know what I wish? I wish you had multiple fares to pick up, and I wish you could cancel fares. I wish that, like, you could just, like, if I saw a fare like this, I'd, like, get out. Like, I'm not driving you, like, through the mountains. Are you excited for Black Ops 6? Mostly excited for the story. Yeah, most taxi companies would not drive you out of the city. Most of them wouldn't, you know, go this far. Well, I mean, it's only 4 miles in the game. What I'm saying is, like, most taxi companies would not drive you, like, a huge distance. What's the Black Ops 6 leaks? I know this is for trains, but, look at that smooth landing, right? How did we get from Los Santos to Paleto Bay?
Thank you.
A cop unalived a woman in her apartment during a confrontation because she told him, "I rebuke your, in Jesus' name," that the cop is demonic since he had a satanic tattoo on his arm. What? Thank you for the super chat, Chrysler. I have to read into this case. This is just, I have never heard about something like this before. In your opinion, what is the hardest GTA mission? In this game, the hardest mission in this game, I would say, it's dependent on the number of conditions. I would say the hardest mission in GTA Online, in my opinion, it's probably something that people don't expect. I would say the hardest mission would be selling a 111 crate warehouse solo with the Titan. That's what I would say. Like when you have like 10 drops, because you have to fly that, watch out not to crash the Titan, but you also have to watch out for all the helicopters that spawn, and doing that by yourself and, you know, landing, shooting down all the helicopters. I would say that like 111 crate sell mission with the Titan by yourself would probably be the hardest. Next Ace Attorney part tomorrow, Wasabi guy. I'm sorry, I've just been so busy with so many things, and I've just been trying to put out. I put out 2 LA Noire parts in like really quick after the other because I haven't had one out in like a week. But tomorrow will be dedicated to Ace Attorney. I promise you that. Rockstar fixed the Titan glitch, so I hear, but is it really fixed? Yeah, this is gonna make it hard to get to 1 million in under 2 hours with these kind of fares. Hopefully, though, my fares, do you drive like that in real life, bro? No, Tristan, I don't. Thank you for the super chat. I actually hate driving in real life. I don't like driving in real life. And the reason I don't like driving in real life is because I've just seen so many crazy drivers. Okay. Okay, we're at $127,000 right now. Okay, at least we're making, you know, progress here. But, Chryslin, I will, this police incident, this case that you're telling me about, this murder, I will look into this, because this is the first time I've heard about this, and on next stream, I promise you, I'll read up on it, and I'll give you my full thoughts on it, but, like, this is just, like, that's crazy. I've never heard of something like that happening. I'm just not familiar with the case. Have you heard of the case of Philip Ray Workman, a man who was robbed a Wendy's, that was accused on killing a cop, executed from one bogus witness testimony? Wait, so what, was he innocent of killing the cop? General's alert, and I haven't heard of it. But when you're saying bogus witness testimony, assuming that the witness testimony was nonsense. You don't have to super chat me again. If you could just tell me, like, I'll look for your comment. Like, I do appreciate the super chat, but, what is it? Was he was falsely accused? Great. I hate how that car just kept speeding towards me, like, didn't even bother slowing down. Okay. What was the food industry like before Roosevelt introduced food inspections? You don't want to know. You had food falling on the floors in, like, meat factories. They'd pick it up. They had rats that would bite into the meat on the processing floor. It was disgusting. Also, factories were using child labor. It was horrible. Thank you, Smoggy, for the super chat. Okay, we're finally back in the city. Hopefully this means city fairs now. Hey, bro, love the videos. What's your favorite case, in real life? Also, my birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Golden. And let me see here. Let me just see the general's post. From what I hear, the witness had a history of making false testimonies for the money. Also, the ballistic evidence, ballistic evidence didn't add up with the gun, lining up to the, to a police gun. And what I will say about this, is that I'm assuming the guy was executed, that he was an innocent man that was put on death row. I will say, though, in my viewpoint, is that when something like that happens, I wouldn't say that that's the fault of the death penalty. I would say that that's the fault of the justice system who messed up the case. Because if you have a proper investigation done, if you have proper investigation, you have good police procedure, you know, good witnesses, you know, a good prosecutor, a good judge, you know, a situation like that isn't going to happen. But unfortunately, it seems that the prosecution really messed up that case really badly, and they killed an innocent man. And as for my favorite case, I don't know if I don't have any favorite cases. You know, if you're talking about, like, real life, you know, detective cases, I don't really have a favorite case because they're just all horrible events that happened. If you're asking me which case did I, have I, like, never forgotten or, like, you know, remembered constantly, you had that situation in, Texas that happened in the 1970s where, like, a man poisoned his son's Halloween candy to get insurance money out of him. So he put a life insurance policy in his son and then gave his son cyanide in his Halloween candy, killing him just so he could get an insurance payout. That's probably one of the most disturbing, you know, cases that I've ever, you know, ever heard about. Something like that. He's returning, Chase? What has he said? I'm sorry, Pat. On Friday, I got a fever and was getting motion sickness. I hope you see my comments, but so many people are posting the same time. It's okay, Phoenix. Look, if you don't have to apologize to me for not being on the stream. You guys don't even have to watch my stream if you don't want to. Don't feel like, you know, don't feel like I'm gonna be pissed at you for not watching my stream. You know, come by whenever you want. I hope you feel better. How close are we to the goal? 169,000 right now. I gotta really push myself because I'm getting really unlucky because I could have been at like 300,000 by now if I had gotten some city drops, but I kept getting like Polito Bay drops, which has taken so long now.
Taxi! Hi! Let's go, please. I saw you people were over the weekend.
Okay. Here we go. Would I ever play A Way Out again? Oh yeah, definitely. But if I ever play A Way Out, I want to play it with somebody who's never played it before, again. Because my friend that I played it with years ago, he remembers everything that happened though. So like A Way Out is better. Like is better. Like the ending of that game is just like so. The ending of that game messes with your head so much. Like nobody sees it coming. Like it's just that ending was just so like it was such a crazy ending that like nobody expected that, and so I'd like to see somebody's reaction. How do you feel about JD Vance? I don't speak politics though. I don't. That is for you guys to decide, and I'm just a YouTuber. I just play video games for and make videos for you guys, guides. I'm not here to to push some kind of political viewpoint, and also I'm just a YouTuber. I don't have qualifications to push my viewpoint on anyone.
Hi. You drive careful.
3 miles again. Okay. Which ending in Fallout 4 is canon? I don't think it's the railroad ending. It's not the Institute ending, that we do know, because Institute ending was declared not canon because of the Fallout TV show. So it's either the Brotherhood or Minutemen. Probably the Minutemen. It's probably the first faction that you encounter and you become the general of the Minutemen. So Minutemen are probably the that's probably the canon ending, I would say. Who's my favorite streamer YouTuber? I don't think I really have a favorite YouTuber. I don't actually watch that many YouTube channels. Okay, here we go. Damn. Who wants to be dropped off here? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like I'm dropping you off here, like you're literally in the middle of nowhere, like right near the coast. What the hell are you doing out here 1 o'clock in the morning? Why are you calling a taxi for here?
Thank you.
What, are you gonna like dump a body or something? Okay. updated money guide per hour solo when 2 times money releases. Thank you, Prince Wu. When number times 2 weeks. Wait, what? When Prince Wu, can you explain a little bit? I'm sorry. What do you? What kind of guide are you asking for specifically? Have you heard about the MrBeast situation? Thank you, Spotted Gunner. I have a bit about it. That he was rigging giveaways, and that he was that his friend was like texting a minor, and he was in some kind of Discord group with them while they were doing it. You know, the thing I will say about him though, the other thing I do know is that he was deleting comments. That's what I know. His moderators are deleting comments. You know, he's definitely not doing, he's definitely not the one deleting the comments, because it's like, you know, so many comments at once. He has moderators doing that for him. But but he's probably telling the moderators to delete the comments. Because, I was looking at his recent video, the one with, like, the nuclear bunker thing, whatever he did. I didn't even watch the whole video. I was just there mostly to read the comments. I was curious what people were saying in the comments. And I looked at the comments, and, like, all the comments were positive. Like, all of them were just positive. And, like, I was generally confused on that, and, like, why they were so positive, considering the controversy that he's in right now. And then, like, as I scrolled down, I saw, like, a few more comments that were, like, had maybe, like, 10 likes, 20 likes, and those comments were negative, and they were talking about, the, you know, the current situation. And then in just a couple minutes, I checked those comments again, they were gone. They were blocked. They were gone. You could not post that anymore. So basically, he's deleting comments, and the fact that he's not addressing these allegations, the fact that he's not, you know, talking about it too, it's not looking good for him. You know, he's hoping that this I guess he's hoping that this blows over, that like people forget about it. That's probably what he's hoping for, that people just forget about it. But he's making the situation a lot worse for himself.
There's a job near you right now.
Well, yeah, people were typing about spaces so they could detect specific words. Here's the thing, I'll tell you guys something about this. YouTube has a specific filter that you can turn on. There's 2 filters. When you're a YouTuber, you have 2 filters. The first filter that you have, it's like a general filter. You just turn that on, and it usually filters out, like, just racist words and, like, you know, offensive words that people, you know, put up. And that filter, I have that on, and it's worked actually pretty well. It's actually filtered out, like, a lot of, you know, nasty things that people have posted. Not always, but, you know, but a lot of times it will, like, delete racist comments that people post. But then there's a second filter. The second filter is the manual filter, and that one, basically, it's like a big search bar, and in that search bar, you basically just type in any kind of words that you want blocked. So so in my search bar, basically, it's supposed to detect, like, racist words, offensive words, and so if people, like, you know, post any of those racist, offensive words, their comments get blocked out. And what MrBeast is basically doing is he is using that filter, and he is basically putting in, like, you know, Chris Tyson, you know, scams, like, he's putting those words in there, so that whenever people type in Chris Tyson, or they type in scam, or they type in, like, giveaway, you know, rigging, you know, stuff like that, it's not gonna, pop up, basically. The comments will instantly get deleted.
God bless you, and thank you.
Oh, there was, oh, I'm sorry, I missed a comment from Own Titan, I'm sorry, let me see. I apologize, I think Far Cry Primal was underrated. I never played it, though. What year does Far Cry Primal even take place? It takes place in, like, the Stone Ages, right? You were right, Pro. The Fallout 76 community is super friendly. Some people got me very good weapons and armor, and someone built me a new house. Yep. You know, the thing about this is, when I was playing Fallout 76, I was playing the game in 2020, so, like, when we had, like, lockdowns and stuff like that, I decided to, like, reinstall some, like, old games that I hadn't played in some time. I decided to come back to Fallout 76, and, like, I made a brand new character, and I remember I was, like, level 5, and I see this guy in, like, power armor, just, like, running right towards me, and I panicked, because, like, I thought he was gonna grief me, because in GTA, if you're, like, a low level and you see some, like, high level, like, you know, usually coming towards you, usually it's a bad thing. Usually they're just coming over to, like, grief you, to, like, kill you, and just ruin your experience. But that guy, he didn't have a mic, he just, like, ran over to me, and he, like, dropped, like, a paper bag, and then he was like pointing to it. He kept doing like emojis and stuff like that. And like I didn't know what the paper bag was, and like I opened the paper bag and he like dropped me so many supplies, like stim packs, like, you know, gear, you know, a bunch of other stuff in that. I was just generally surprised, and he just ran away. Like he just left after that. So like he ran up to me and just dropped me like a bunch of supplies and left. I doubt he even recognized I was a YouTuber because I just made a new character just randomly running around, and he just, you know, ran up to me and just dropped me that stuff. So like I was generally surprised on just how friendly and nice people are in Fallout 76, because I'm not used to that. I play GTA a lot, and people on GTA can be very toxic, and so seeing people on Fallout 76 as being very nice, like, it gives me a different experience. It also gives me hope for humanity when I see people being so nice in a video game. Okay. Let me
I got
see
a
here.
customer for you right now.
Thank you, Mr. Jesus. Thank you for the super chat. Who do you think will win the battle? The Waffen SS or the Viet Cong? Well, you're talking about Deadliest Warrior, right? Let me answer this, for you. Who would win in that fight? Without Deadliest Warrior, I would say if you had a fight between the Nazi SS and the Viet Cong, the Nazi SS would win that fight. They would destroy the Viet Cong. You know why? Because the Nazi SS would do a lot of things that the American army would never do. Like, they would be extremely brutal. They would just mass murder everyone in their way. So the SS would just basically kill everyone. So these are like, you know, cold-blooded killers. The SS are even worse than the Viet Cong. So the SS are like, you know, some of the most cold-blooded killers. So I think that they would beat the Viet Cong in a fight because they would just kill everyone. Like, the American army isn't gonna, you know, kill everyone. Like, you know, they're gonna encounter civilians, you know, they're gonna let them pass. But, you know, the SS will just kill everyone. Okay, let's go here. 1 mile. Ever consider doing an LP of a Pokemon game? I'd recommend Coliseum. Game starts with your character bombing the gang they used to be part of. The Pokemon games, I never really played them. I did play Ruby. When I was a kid, I played Ruby a bit. Like, it was called Ruby, I think it was. Pokemon Ruby. That was the one I played on Game Boy, but... With Dan Houser gone, one of the most important writers for Rockstar, do you think will affect GTA 6's quality? Maybe. But you have to also remember they got a big team of people that is working on it around the clock, so they probably don't want to mess this up. Thank you, Spud Gunner. But yeah, this whole thing with MrBeast, I will say, is just, this is disgusting, and I honestly did not expect it coming from somebody like him, because it's just the fact that he hasn't really been involved in any controversy until now. Like, most of the time, whenever there was controversy made about MrBeast beforehand, it was like some kind of BS, like, stupid controversy that was being made up. But now, like, this is like an actual real controversy that's being made up. Or made, I should say. But that's basically it, is there's this an actual controversy that happened, and he's, it's disgusting. You know, what his friend did, the fact he defended him, and, yeah, that, basically. The rigging, the giveaway riggings, too.
I've got someone for you.
But he's got a lot to answer for, that's what I'll say about it. Oh yeah, what's your question, Prince Wu? Does the idea of going down in a submarine terrify you? Yes, because I'm like, yeah, I would, this darkness, you can't escape, you're gonna drown. Yeah, that's, I would say going down with a submarine is probably scarier than going down with a plane. Because with a plane, it depends on the situation. It depends on how the plane lands, and also depends on the reason that the plane is going down. And also depends on where the plane lands. But a submarine, if a submarine starts going down, and it's like deep underwater, there's very little to no chances of surviving that. You know, you're pretty much done. Crap. risk here. Oh, crap. Oh, man, why did that have to happen? Oh, that was a stupid risk we took. What's your question, Zach?
Hey, girl. Thanks.
Love your ride, hon.
Love your ride, yeah, thank you.
Call just came in.
What are my thoughts on Andrew Ryan? You're talking about BioShock, right? I think that, I think about Andrew Ryan, and I'll answer your question in one moment, Prince Wu. About Andrew Ryan is, to a degree, I understand Andrew Ryan. I understand his, you know, his motivations in the BioShock series. I think he was a pretty interesting character. I wouldn't say that Andrew Ryan was evil. I would say he's more of a bad guy. But Andrew Ryan just wanted to create the perfect utopia for people. That's what his ultimate goal was. His goal was never to, you know, do horrible things, to kill people. He never wanted to do things like that. The thing about Andrew Ryan is literally the ultimate, I would say, libertarian. Like, probably that's what I would say. He is probably the most well-known libertarian in pretty much any, you know, video game that I can think of. Maybe you can make the argument that Dutch Vanderlyn is a libertarian as well. Maybe you could make that argument too. But yes, I would say that, basically Ryan's ultimate goal is he wanted to make a utopia, a city with no government. A city where basically people could, you know, express their individual liberty, they could do, you know, whatever they wanted as long as they were not hurting others. But what ended up happening is there was people that started threatening his utopia, and they wanted a revolution. And because of that, Andrew Ryan created a police. Even though he was against government, he created like a police to basically stop the people, because he thought that people were going to destroy the liberty that was in the free individual liberty that was in Rapture, if he didn't, you know, create a government. So he ended up, even though he was against having a government, he created a government to protect the liberty, that the people's individual liberty in Rapture. And then, you know, the whole thing just went, you know, bad. The whole thing just collapsed. I think that, I think the downfall of Rapture, I think that Rapture's ultimate downfall was probably the fact that it had no regulation. I think that's probably what Rapture's ultimate downfall was, because all the bad things that happened in Rapture in the BioShock games happened because of Adam. It happened because of that drug that was found under the water in the slugs. And basically, people started getting addicted to that drug, and their minds started changing, they started going crazy, they started going mad, and then the revolution happened, and then Fontaine was basically manipulating the people. So I would say that just the lack of regulation that was in, because if honestly, if Adam was banned, like, you know, all that stuff that happened would not have happened, but it was happened because Adam was available as a drug. So I would say that Rapture's ultimate downfall was the lack of regulation in the city. That's ultimately what killed the city. Final question of Nightpat. Do you miss working in retail and having a more simple life? Do I enjoy YouTube? If you had another career, you could go, what would it be for? Much love, Pro. I will answer your question in one moment, Spud. Let me just answer Zach and Prince Wu's question, because they just been, but thank you for the super chat. In LA Noire, if the BDK's name was released, what kind of scandal would it be? And would the president get involved and publicly fire the politician for a press conference? Well, if the name of the Black Dahlia killer was revealed, the relative that was the high-ranking politician that was related to him would probably, the president wouldn't probably fire him, but he would be heavily pressured to resign. That's probably what would end up happening. And let me just read Prince's comment here. Let me see, Prince. What was Prince asking me? Could you make a new money guide that is not, cultivated around special event weeks, maximizing profits, no business is off the limits? Yes. I want to eventually make that, Prince Wu. I just don't know when. But yes, I do want to make another money guide. I want to make, like,
Drive now.
before GTA Online is, like, support is cut, I want to make, like, one final big money guide, like my ultimate final big money guide that I want to make for the game, which will combine a lot of the things that I do in the older games, but I would like something like that. And let me answer Spud Gunner's question. Final question of night, Pat. Do you miss working in retail and having a more simple life? Do you enjoy YouTube? If you had another career you could go, what would it be for much? Okay, so to answer your question, the first part of it, do I miss working in retail? No, absolutely not. Do I miss some of the people that I work with? Yes. And some of the people that I work with that I like in retail, there were some coworkers of mine that were like great people, and I loved working with them. If anything, I missed, you know, talking to them, hanging out with them at work. But as for like actually like, you know, working in retail, hell no. I would never, you know, miss that. Now, do I enjoy YouTube? Of course. I do really enjoy YouTube. I'm actually gonna have a video coming up this week talking about that and like thanking people for helping me get to 1,100,000. It's gonna be another channel update. If I had another career, what would it be? If I had another career, I think I know what I would want to do, and what I probably would want to do is I probably would want to do gunsmithing. That's probably what I would do if I had like another career. I probably would do that because I was always interested by like especially like the older firearms and how they worked and, you know, taking those apart. And so I think that I would probably enjoy like doing gunsmithing, like maybe for like a store or something like that. That's probably what I would do as a living. Do you miss having a more private life? Not really, because it's, because my life has improved so much more. Do you still go to the gym? I haven't gone to the gym in 2 weeks. I've been slacking really badly.
There's a job near you right now.
Oh, great. Look at where this guy is. Look at this. Look at how far this is. Like, I used to work at Whole Foods Market, and the issue and the reason I left is due to corporate, because the managers and coworkers were cool, but Bezos would make some terrible policies. Yeah, well, here's the thing about Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is a massive scumbag. A lot of people say he's a nice guy because he donates to charity, but he's just doing that for a tax write-off. You know, charity starts at home. It starts at where you work. If Jeff Bezos was a, you know, more caring person, he would just give all of his workers a raise right now. Like, you know, the amount of money the guy makes, he could give all of his workers a decent raise, and he would still be plenty rich. He'd still be a billionaire. So, that's what I'll say about Bezos, is yeah, I personally think he's a scumbag. The same week I created my character, the same week I created my character, your character is level 1330. Now my character is level 1224, and yours is 1396. Yeah, so you really caught up to me, Mercury. I haven't been playing GTA as much as I used to. Like back years ago, like 2019, 2020, I used to play like GTA Online every day. Now I play like 2 or 3 days a week. Would you say a majority of rich people are scum? I would say that the majority of the 1% are scum. That's what I would say about it, basically. Because here's the thing is, when you think of like 1% of people, the 1%, you're not thinking about people that are like people that have like a few $1 million. Like, you're not, those people don't even classify into 1% of people that have like a few $1 million and are rich. The people that are like in the 1% are the people that have like, you know, billions and billions of dollars. Like, you know, these guys have so much money. Not everybody that's in that group is a scumbag, but a lot of those people are really scumbags. A lot of people that are at the top there are pretty scummy. My favorite sport? I don't know. Maybe pool or boxing? No, I've been slacking on that too, Wasabi guy.
You drive, be careful.
What do I think of tenants who destroy a landlord's house and stop paying rent? What would you do if that happened to you? Well, we'd probably have a lawsuit and the person would get kicked out. They'd get evicted, but it depends on the state that you're in. Are you a good pool player? I'm average. No. What would you do if a tenant was a massive hoarder? Well, it really depends on the situation, because for example, if they are just like, if they're hoarding like papers, for example, there's because a lot of hoarding happens from papers too. People just hoarding papers, like notes that people think they're gonna need. Like they'll write something down and they'll, oh, I'm gonna need that later. And let's hoard all that stuff. If people are like holding papers, then there's really nothing you can do about that. That's not really a health hazard because it's just papers that they're hoarding. But they're hoarding like other stuff, like they're hoarding old food, for example, and it just like, it starts like piling up. That's a health risk and a safety hazard. And that needs to be like taken care of right away. Are you from the US? Yes. Do you get hot nose clothes? Yes. I'm running my AC, it's fine, but it's...
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Are you on PC? No, I'm on PlayStation 5. What's your opinion on Elon Musk? Here's what I think of him. Is generally, I think I have kind of a mixed view of him. I think that he's very intelligent in some parts. In some parts, I think he's stupid. Like, I think that, when he was, like, blaming GTA for violence, I think he was an idiot. But what I will say about Elon Musk is, about him, and this is not even about Elon necessarily, it's more about the media, is that, look at how the media covers Elon specifically. Just look at how they cover him, what he does, you know, what he says, you know, how he acts, like, you know, stuff like that, and you can just see how biased the media is, like, extremely biased. Because, I will tell you, for example, like Elon or dislike Elon, that's not relevant. What's relevant here is that, remember when Elon was buying Twitter, remember that? When he was buying Twitter like a couple of years ago and he was in the process of it, and the media was freaking out about it. They were so pissed about, you know, Elon buying Twitter, and they were saying, oh, it's dangerous for, like, one man to control, like, you know, social media. It's dangerous for, like, billionaires to own social media and stuff like that. But here's my question. If the media truly believes that, if they truly believe that it's dangerous for a billionaire to own, you know, Twitter, then where was the media when Mark Zuckerberg is owning Facebook? You know, he's a billionaire. You know, he's in the top 1% too. He's one of the richest people in the world, the guy who owns Facebook. Why was the media not attacking Mark Zuckerberg the way that they were attacking Elon? If they're against billionaires owning, like, you know, Facebook, why were they not attacking Zuckerberg? And why were they not attacking Bezos also? Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is another billionaire. You know what Jeff Bezos did? Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. He bought a newspaper. So you got a billionaire that's buying one of the biggest newspapers in the country, controlling basically the flow of information. Where was the media on that? Was the media criticizing Jeff Bezos for that? No, they weren't. They weren't criticizing Jeff Bezos for that. They weren't. So, basically, when the media was, like, upset that Elon Musk was buying Twitter, they weren't upset that a billionaire bought Twitter. What they were upset by is it was a billionaire that they don't like buying Twitter, because they're perfectly fine with billionaires owning social media. It's only the billionaires that they like that they're perfectly fine with owning social media. So that's what I'll say about Elon. I'm not necessarily defending him. What I'm just saying is that the attacks on him from, like, the media, like, getting pissed at him buying Twitter, it was purely political. Most of that stuff on him. And also, the Washington Post, that newspaper, like, that newspaper talks about workers' rights a lot, but is it going to talk about Amazon, too? No, it's not, because Bezos owns that, paper. So he owns a paper that, like, talks a lot about workers' rights, but yet, meanwhile, at the same time is, you know, he's scamming his, like, his workers at Amazon and treating them like garbage. Honestly, is like watching the news through, like, YouTubers is honestly more reliable than watching the media these days, because it's just so, it's just so biased.
Okay, drive careful.
For Halloween, I'll play a scary game. I'm just trying to think of what game, but I'll play something. That's 2 months away. Crazy, Halloween's 2 months away already. Okay. Do you think Ryan and Mr. House would hate each other? I think that Ryan and Mr. House would hate each other, not for the reasons that most people think. I think they would hate each other because Mr. House and Ryan, they're both narcissists. That's what I would say about them. Like, they think that they're smarter than everyone. They think that they're better than everyone. And that's, I think, their biggest, you know, failures, is Ryan's failure and House's failures. They both think way too highly of themselves. Thank you, General's Alert. You should play Mortuary Assistant. It's scary. Wait, what? Is that like a... You mean like working at a morgue? Thank you, Suspect 13. Damn. No.
That's not how you steal chariots.
It's not how you steal chariots. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, great. The drop is below, okay. What's your tip on leveling up fast in GTA Online?
Bless you and thank you.
Buying, like, warehouses, and, like, you know, buying 5 warehouses and just buying 1 crate at a time, and just, you know, selling it. Yes, you must try to figure out which body is possessed by demons. That sounds creepy.
And off we go.
A $1 million taxi ride? Well, we're already more than a third of the way there, though. Total earned $355,000 too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's an arson case coming up called Nicholson, electroplating.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
Well, I know that's the DLC case, right? In LA Noire. I haven't played that one yet. But excited to play it. Here we go. Hey, Phoenix, how are you, man?
Let's go, please.
Oh, I hope this doesn't take me out of the city. Yeah, this is gonna take me out of the city. Hopefully not too far, though. Damn.
Fucking way.
How bad would it be if Rockstar had Suppressor Mark II to GTA 6? Oh, please don't give them ideas. Yeah, please don't. Thank you, Lucius, for the super chat.
Thanks.
Thank you, Shark Dude Rock. Thanks for the super chat, too. The Ocean Gate tragedy, wasn't that the submarine?
Sending you the address now.
Hello.
Hey, Professional, do you remember last when I was talking about vending machine business? Have you thought about starting one yourself yet? It feels free to ask me any questions. Yeah, I was thinking about starting one, but buying a vending machine is really no problem for me. I can probably find, you know, some that are for sale locally around me. But the problem is the one thing I'm worried about is if I was to like run a vending machine business, is like trying to find like a location that would accept it. Like that's my main issue. Like when you call people for like your personal vending machine business, like what do you say to them? Like you offer them like a cut of the profits? Like what do you do exactly to get it to place it there?
Are you a real tacita?
Oh crap. Here. I'm at a TJ Maxx in Scottsdale, Arizona. My girlfriend is taking forever to shop. Thanks for entertaining me, pro. Well, Thank you, Random Fist. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, this is... I shouldn't have gone up here. How does it feel being your own boss? It feels good. That I don't have to report to anyone. I've had some really nasty bosses in the past. I wish you could repair this taxi while driving. Or take it somewhere. You can't even take it to Los Santos Customs. You plan to visit the land down under. You mean Australia? Maybe one day. Okay. Hey Ryder, Walstead, thank you for sponsoring my channel. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I've got someone for you.
Okay, let's get the customer. Okay, here we go.
Your whole shit, Dick. Hello.
I think I should work as a taxi driver now. Well, being a taxi driver, you gotta deal with patience. Just say I give them good reasons, like that I supply food and drinks, and that it's a convenience to their employees and customers, which saves everyone a bunch of time. Okay. And out of your vending machine business, let me ask you, what, like, sells the best? Is it, like, drinks or snacks or a combination of both? Or, can you survive without a college degree? Of course you can. You can become rich without a college degree. You know, don't believe the people that tell you that you need college to be successful. There's, like, people that push, like, a lot of propaganda out there. I hope you play Shell Shock 2 someday. That game is dark and just shows us how PTSD there's a rare VC group never seen. They're known as VC Special Forces. Bit of a advice: turn the brightness max to see what they hide a lot. But I know that the guy who does Arthur Morgan, he does voice actors. Roger Clark, he voiced acted as one of the characters in Shell Shock. I know that. yes, I eventually do want to play it, Blinded Eagle. Thank you for the super chat. But if they ever make a new Spider-Man game, you know who should be the main antagonist in a new Spider-Man game? It should be Mr. Ditkovich asking for his rent. He should be the final boss of the game.
Many thanks.
I hope that it's not like Drug War Stack style of humor in GTA 6. Yeah, I think this cab is gonna have to last me, though.
Immigrant cop.
Peace to you. Let's get this chariot.
Oh my god, come on, seriously? Look at this drive right now. Look at this. This drive is terrible. This is a terrible drive. The worst part is driving through these hills. Okay, here we go. Aw, crap. Why did there have to be a rock there? I hope that I finally start driving to the city after this. Got a mile left. Please take me back to the city. Please don't make me drive in this countryside, please. Like, I don't like driving through the countryside.
Bless you and thank you.
There's a job near you right now.
You know, maybe he's not very far from me. Well, maybe hopefully he'll ask me to drive him to the city, not to, yeah. It's like driving through Shoreside Vale. Yeah, doing the ambulance and, like, firefighter everything for Shoreside Vale just sucks. It, even though it's not it's not a big island, it's just such a, yeah.
Let's go, please.
Oh, finally, back to the city, finally. Oh, maybe, okay, this will go a bit faster now. No, not Portland with Leone shotguns. That's why it's good to do paramedic early, though. That's what it's good for. What am I gonna play with a viewer later on? Maybe, you know, later today, or tomorrow. Anybody needs, you know, if you have me added, you know, send me a message and I'll help you out. But on this stream, we're just focusing on the taxi work. I tried to slow down, but it was already too late. Okay, here we are. Crap, these cars have it out for me. Okay, 430,000. We're nearly halfway there.
Call just came in. It's up on your GPS now.
Who needs to be picked up over there? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, who needs to be picked up over there? Man has a strong dedication, thank you. And just about your vending machine business, I'm curious on one thing. How often do you refill the machine and, like, you know, check for snacks? Is this like weekly, 2 weeks? How often do you do that?
Hi.
Hurry.
Well, not surprised he's terrible at that game, Mr. Green. Okay, whoa, whoa. What's your question? Don't be a menace. Oh, that's a funny name, but what's your question?
Thank you.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
Oh, okay, she's pretty close to me, too, okay. Hey, brother, glad you're doing, good. Keep up the good work, and, would love to see you play Dead Rising series. Much love. And also, if you've been to Texas, I've never been to Texas. Thank you, yo, well, I've never been,
Hello.
I've never been to Texas. But I'm gonna be playing the Dead Rising remake when it comes out in 2 months. That'll be playing, or 1 month actually, when it comes out. Do you think GTA 6 will have 6 stars? They might bring in something like the military again, for like the final 1 level. They might do something like that. And thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Thank you, man. But I guess we'll have to see. If they bring in tanks, there's a chance they might happen, and I'm sure they'll want to bring in tanks into GTA 6. Leo, Casper, and Claude are almost similar in behavior. Being called a raider is one thing. Being called a... Oh. Well, yeah, but I would say, the similarities between Claude and Leo is that Leo is way more sadistic than Claude. That's what I would say. I mean, Claude is still cold-blooded. He'll kill anybody. He doesn't care, but he's more sadistic. Every 2 weeks to 1 month. I work 2 hours a month to stock 10 machines, which makes me about 1,000 to a couple hundred a machine. Do I ever go to Poland? No, I haven't been to Poland since 2010. But that's impressive that you have like a fleet of machines, like that many machines. That's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're halfway there about.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Okay, here we go. What's the top speed on the cab? I think like 100 miles.
Taxi! Hi!
3 miles. Where am I taking this person to now? Thank you, London, for that super chat. But Leo is, I knew there was something bad about Leo the first time I was playing Manhunt 2, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. No, I don't think playing as a corrupt cop would make any sense. People always want to play as a criminal, but there's gonna be corrupt cops involved in the storylines. Here we go, come on.
Hey, second piece of trash.
There we go, okay. Let's see where our next client is gonna be. What? Who was calling him that? Leo in Manhunt 2, that's who you're talking about, London? And Leo is a sadistic psychopath in Manhunt 2. I play video games with anyone, Lucius. I'll play video games with anyone. Invite me and I'll help you out. But but today I'm not helping anyone sell. I'm just focusing on the taxi.
Hello. You can drive now.
Okay. Hey, Brandon.
You still owe me a drink.
Yeah, I looked at it, Lendon. But who is calling him that, Lendon, specifically? Okay, 0.40 miles. Okay, here we go. Yep, we are almost halfway there.
Gracias.
Okay.
I got a customer for you right now.
They're on my way here. I hope we start getting some, I hope we start getting some closer drops to this one. Do Bully lore. I wanted to do actually one video on Bully. I've just been pretty busy with some of these playthroughs that I've been doing, but...
Taxi! Fuck me! Hi.
Okay, let's see. How...
Okay, drive careful.
Okay, this is at least close. Wait, I can just go this way then. These people definitely have a lot of money to spend on taxi rides.
Thanks.
There we go. We're halfway there, guys. Halfway there. Well, Leo is the fact what Leo did to yeah, what Leo did to Danny's wife, that was probably the worst scene in the game. But how did Leo's child survive? Was it I mean, not Leo, I mean Danny's child. How did Danny's child survive? Because was it because Dr. Pinkman got there before Leo could hurt them, but
Peace to you. Let's get this chariot in motion.
yeah, Pinkman basically caused all of that. Hi, Professional. Love your content. Thank you, Titan Kong. Thanks, man.
Fuck yourself.
Can't wait to see the next episode, Judy.
Ah, no. Damn. Ooh, that sucks.
God bless you and thank you.
521,000. Nice. Okay. Go.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
You're at the golf course. Okay. Well, hopefully I still keep getting city drops, because city drops are always the easiest. NPC drivers, right? What's the process of creating a lore video like? The hardest part of the lore video, I would say, is trying to create a script for it. Yeah, probably the script. Trying to create everything in order, making it perfect, smooth. That's what happens when you just put a soul and a mind of a person and put him into the body of a currently occupied mind. That would cause major issues, regardless if they're a psychopath or not. Yeah, and the scary thing about it is that the events of Manhunt 2 are actually based on real events, and it's based on Project MKUltra, where the CIA wanted to basically create the perfect assassin, where somebody would be brainwashed enough to perform a killing, and then they would forget who, basically all about it right afterwards. So they would, you know, be brainwashed, they would, like, trigger them to kill somebody that they want assassinated, and then afterwards they would just forget all about it. An assassin that forgets everything after they kill a target. That is, you can see that's something like a government would want. It's really creepy.
Thanks.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Damn, okay. Ooh.
You drive careful.
Say it right off.
You big asshole.
Okay, here we go. 1.5 miles. We're speeding this up too, because of the fact that we just got all the city drops here. Hope I don't jinx myself and I have to go to the country now. Ah. Got it. There we go.
Thank you.
Oh, I admire your dedication and support also to Red Dead community. Yes, I myself have put thousands of hours into it. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Titan Conk. Do I think the new Modern Warfare 4 can redeem itself? I don't know. We'll have to see. They would have to improve Makarov's character by a lot also to make it better. Thank you, Zach Horn.
Hey. Cool. Let's go.
Better challenge, reach 1 million while damaging the taxi. Oh man, that would be the worst. That would just be the most rage challenge ever. There we go.
You looking to get fired on? Hey, you my dude, right?
I got a customer for you right now.
I wonder if DMZ will come back in Black Ops 6. That's what I'm wondering. I don't think so, but hope it does. Hey Pickle, what's up, man? How long more, Patrick?
Stop that, Terry!
Probably gonna be another hour here. I'm probably gonna get to 600,000 before we hit the 2 hours. I tried to get to $1 million within 2 hours. If I had just nothing but city drops, I probably maybe could have gotten it, but because a lot of the Sandy Shore drops, it was just. Was your car that jacked up in the beginning? Wait, what do you mean? The 6-man DMZ squads were the best part, and when they cut that out, it became so much boring when they did that. It was.
Your girl was
Thank you, regular dude. Was your car that jacked up in the beginning? Yeah, this car was completely destroyed at the for all the crashes I've had. No, it wasn't this trash at the start.
God bless you and thank you.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Oh, come on. I'm a goddamn onion mason. Yeah, that was the worst line he had too. And Woods' voice actor is not coming back, is he? Right? It's still the same guy from Cold War. You don't know what we did to you. That's Steiner in a Black Ops 1. I remember that too.
Let's go, please.
Would I be disappointed if 6 stars is not in GTA 6? Not really. If the 5-star system was still good, I wouldn't. Crap. Ooh. Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket? No. I've gotten a ticket before for I've gotten a ticket before for a stupid reason though. I remember me and my father, we were driving through Staten Island a couple years ago. We went for the toll booth in Staten Island. Crap, I just keep crashing so much here. And when we were driving, I paid for the toll, and I said, they asked me if I wanted a receipt. I said no, and we drove off. And then and it was like a month later, I got like, you know, hundreds, dollars worth of tickets in the word ticket, but it was like hundreds of dollars worth. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was like an expensive ticket that I got in the mail. And I called the toll place up and I said, you know, what's going on here exactly? And they said to me that that I went through the toll without paying. I'm like, no. And then they're like, we have it all on camera, sir. And I'm like, you know, if you have it all on camera, you'll see that I paid for it. And they wouldn't remove the ticket. And so what I did was I actually wrote a letter to my congressman. And surprisingly, he actually took care of it for me. He got rid of the ticket. I'm actually surprised the politician actually did something for once. But what ended up happening is then like 2 years later, me and my dad were actually driving through the exact same toll booth. And I paid for the toll, and they asked me if I wanted a receipt. I said, no, I'm good. And we drove off. And then a month later, we got a ticket again in the mail for the same place.
Peace to you. Let's get this chariot in motion.
Watch it. Let's just...
Okay.
You moron!
There we
My
go.
pleasure, and thank you.
606,000. Okay. 60% of the way there. Probably not this year, but next year in October, would you consider to play Lego Star Wars 3 as part of the anniversary of the Clone Wars TV show? Yeah, I could do something like that. Definitely. Thank you, Blinded Eagle. Oh, you can't kill me, that's Woods, for Bowman, yep, too. It's from the same mission. I was surprised of Bowman's death. That shocked me when I was playing that the first time. I didn't expect him to die there.
Bitch.
Hey,
Yeah, it seems maybe like $300,000 an hour, but if I get like city locations,
Let's go,
I'll be
please.
good. Okay, 1.40 miles. Not that bad of a drive.
Watch where you're going.
Hope I don't crash into something here.
Crap.
gracias.
Okay, 620,000. Do you have more questions owning a vending machine?
I got a job going right now.
Thank you, Blinded Eagle. Not really at the moment. It's just, It says you put all those vending machines that you have in your business. You put those in all those different business locations, and they were perfectly fine with you just placing it there, telling them it's like a convenience for them. What is the most profitable location for a vending machine? Like, what is it, a hotel? What would be like the most profitable location? What's my favorite ice cream flavor? Vanilla. Maybe strawberry, actually.
Cool. Let's go.
Okay, oh, you're getting off with Stoppy Guy? Wait, top 3 SpongeBob episodes? I think the chocolate, with nuts episode is probably the best one. Another one that I like, probably the one where Patrick and Squidward, and SpongeBob were trapped on the Flying Dutchman ship. And then maybe the one where Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and SpongeBob were out at sea, and he lost his millionth dollar. Is strawberry a favorite fruit? No. My favorite fruit is raspberries. Survival of the Idiots is my favorite episode. Wait, is that the one where they're trapped in the kelp forest? Is that the one? And the magic conch, is that the one? I also, and what about the one with, what about the one where, Squidward and SpongeBob and Patrick are having, like, that campfire and then the sea bear comes? What's that one called? That one was pretty funny, too.
I've got someone for you.
I bet you're a fake
Has anybody ever seen that one disturbing SpongeBob episode? There's this one episode of SpongeBob that's like really creepy, and it's considered like the most hated SpongeBob episode of all time. I've actually seen the episode. It's the one where it's like a newer episode too. It came out like a couple years ago. It's basically where Patrick like scares Squidward, and basically Squidward like sneezes like this black liquid, and then he uses that for his lemonade. It's like a really disgusting and like creepy episode, and then like Patrick just keeps scaring Squidward throughout the episode. That one. Ink Lemonade, that's the one it was called. I think that's like the most hated SpongeBob episode of all time. Okay, here we go. Hey, Tar. Okay.
Thanks.
I think I'm gonna pick up smoking.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Oh, the butterfly episode. I remember that one too.
Fucking idiot.
Hall Monitor was a good one. You know what? The one, there's that one SpongeBob episode that I never understood the plot of it. I never understood what happened. Does anybody know the episode that I'm talking about? It's like an episode with Patrick as the main character, and like Patrick meets this guy that like wants to tour the Bikini Bottom, and like Patrick takes him around the Bikini Bottom, and he starts like taking pictures and stuff. And every time Patrick brings him somewhere, Patrick does something stupid, and this causes problems. Like he destroys Sandy's dome, for example. And what happens is at the end of the episode, the people are all pissed off, and the tourist that, like, Patrick brought over, he basically says something like, "I'm not real," or something like that, and then he just disappears, and then, like, everybody just runs away at the end. And I didn't understand that episode, what that was about. Like, the guy just disappears. Like, does anybody know what that guy was about? Why he disappeared? Like, he's all like, I'm not real or something like that, and he just disappears. That was, yeah, Squidward is an octopus, not a squid, I think, yeah. Best place for a vending machine would probably be a factory, back room, if I had to guess. Like a break room, then, you mean. And that's a funny name, RunEXE, huh? Well, he can't have been a hallucination because everybody else saw him. It's, you know, not everybody can have the same hallucination at the same time, too.
Hello? What's this?
Yeah. Okay. Crashed. Also, oh, I also forgot about it. Another episode of mine that's actually really, a favorite one of mine is, there's the episode where, Mr. Krabs sells SpongeBob for 62 cents. What's the name of that one?
Thanks.
What the? Stupid dick! You fucker!
Call just came in. It's up on your GPS now.
But yeah, that SpongeBob is like the perfect cartoon because it's such a good cartoon that both kids and adults can love it just because of how good it is.
Hey, Dotsy! Hey. You can drive now.
Born Again Krabs, that's what it's called. Are you a fan of roller coasters? When I was younger, I used to be. Not really anymore, I would say. They scare me too much nowadays.
Gracias.
Okay, 678,000.
This is dispatch.
Wait, what are you talking about, Mitch? Oh, we already got 50 fares done. Crazy. Okay, Okay, well, thankfully I'm not driving in the countryside.
Hey. Cool. Let's go.
Okay, Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
About to be at 700,000. Didn't the Armenian mob attack Vanilla Unicorn in GT Online? They did in one of Franklin's contracts. I know they attack it. We're getting closer, guys. We're at about to be 700,000. Ooh, what a night it's been, right? Okay. There's 3 times going on for taxi business right now. Do you think Ryder would have helped CJ in the end during the riots? And Big Smoke's crack empire if the voice actor didn't get fired? I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. But Ryder, you do know that though Ryder has that cutscene in the San Andreas introduction, where Big Smoke basically tells him, like, you know, we're betraying them, and Ryder's perfectly fine with it too.
Hey there, Sequin.
My biggest fear is probably going broke. It's probably my biggest fear. But I don't really have, I guess, a reason to fear going broke, but it's just always been my biggest fear.
Thank you.
$707,000. Do you have any siblings? I have a half brother and a half sister.
There's a job near you right now.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna quit YouTube. I have no reason to. The only time I was close to quitting YouTube, there was only one point in that, and that was like 2020 when I was the closest to quitting YouTube, and that was because I was trying to play different games and like expand my channel into different content, and whenever I would have like a bunch of people that would like come in my videos, just trash talk me and just like curse me out, and they would just yell at me and like tell me to play GTA Online, and that they don't want to play these, they don't want me to play these games, they only want GTA, and that was like really getting me in like a down mood when that was happening. You gotta be kidding me! 4.5 miles. Oh my god. Four and a half miles, my god, right? No, I haven't watched The Boys, but I actually finished watching, I finished watching Fallout recently. Fallout, the TV show, I finally finished Fallout. No, I didn't get the chance to, Zach. And, well, this person really wants me to drive them far. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be 2026 when it's gonna air? Really? I thought it'd be 2025. It's gonna be 2026? That's so long from now. Only 1 mile left, but such a far drive. They keep taking my tip down, but yet they want me to drive them so far.
Thank you.
Okay, 720,000, nice.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
And in real life stream, you mean just like sitting down with my camera and just answering questions? Maybe. Now I'm going to, You've gotta be kidding me. Look at this. The contact is the 3 point... Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this drive, guys. Look at this. Oh my god, this is... Well, looks like if we got, like, Sandy Shores, pickups here...
You piece of shit.
And then when I pick him up, he's probably gonna want, like, a 3-mile drive, too. Whoa, thank you, Shelsky. Thank you for the super chat. That's, what currency is that? ARS? You think there's gonna be 2 currencies in GTA 6 like in Red Dead? I really hope not. There might be like an underground black market currency in GTA 6. And there's gonna be cash. Whoa. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, man. Shelsky, what currency is that? I don't think I've seen the ARS before. What? Oh, I see your comment, Lord Cameron. Give me 1 second, too. Thank you, Shersky. Or Shelsky. I'm sorry, I'm reading your name as Shersky. I'm just a little tired. Thank you, Shelsky. Thank you.
Hi. Let's go, please.
Yeah, it's still a donation. I always thank every donation. Thank you, man. Thank you, Shelsky. And let me look for Lord Cameron's, Lord Cameron here. I missed your... Oh, thank you, Lord Cameron, also. I'm sorry I missed your super chat. I've been watching you since 100,000 subs. Keep up the good work. By the way, would you be interested in a walkthrough of Until Dawn or The Quarry? I could play Until Dawn one day. I played Until Dawn a long time ago. I could definitely be open to playing Until Dawn. And my favorite part of Until Dawn is when you go into the asylum with the shotgun. Okay, 3-mile drive here. How is there an animal in online? You passed by one. Oh, because they added animals to the game like a few months back. You didn't hear about that Run EXE? They're online now. But Shelsky, let me ask you something. You're in Argentina, right? And you have a Polish name? Wait, so you're Polish in Argentina? Okay, here we go, 1.50 miles. Sometimes the animals in GT Online can get a bit annoying, like when they run on the road. Okay, well, we're back in the city. PC doesn't have animals? Really? That's surprising. Crap. Right when we're at the end, it crashed.
Thanks.
I've got someone for you.
Okay. Is Shelsky still here, by the way? Crashing a bit. Yeah, that is Madrazo's house. Kind of weird how people are getting dropped off there. Hello, I'm new. Hello, Lissandro. Welcome to my channel. I do all kinds of content. I stream GTA on Sundays, Red Dead on Fridays. I do playthroughs and lore videos. Wait, what? Nicholson? Wait, what's up? Kishan, if I'm reading your name correctly?
Peace to you. Let's get this chariot in motion.
Okay. Here we go. Is Shelsky still here? I was curious how he had a Polish name in Argentina, but I was curious behind the story behind that, but... Okay, 1.6 miles, here we go. What's up, Kishan? What's up, man? Did he comment? I don't know if I saw his comment then. I'm good, Kishan. How are you, man? Thank you, Darcy. I'm glad that you like my content. Yes, I have finished the Fallout TV show, Mr. Nowhere.
God bless you.
I finished it.
Thank you.
Has anybody else here finished the Fallout TV
Call just
show?
came in. It's up on your GPS now.
The Dead Rising Mall music is probably the best one. So there's one thing I was curious on. So Moldaver was actually, she wasn't actually the bad guy, was she then? You know, she was the good guy in the story. The entire time she just wanted to provide power for her people. That's all she wanted. Okay, at least it's taking me back to the city. That's a good thing. The moral of the story is we're all good and bad, no pure good or bad. I don't know how did Hank do that? Like, I don't think they explained how he managed to destroy Sadie Shan's. Like, I know it was a nuke, but I don't think they explained exactly how he did it. Why do you think Rockstar put the Strange Man to Red Dead Redemption 1? Kind of like a, I guess, a creepy Easter egg? I guess for people to, like, debate who he was and stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
You piece of shit.
Cool it.
Okay, here we go.
Stop that chariot. Peace to you. Let's get this chariot in motion.
Ah, great. We're going back out. We're leaving the city again. But, Mr. Nowhere, if you're still here, do you think that, do you think the ghoul was justified to shoot Tommy in the TV show? Because that's, like, one of the more controversial things that I've seen, where people were saying whether he was justified to do it, and other people saying, oh, he went for the gun. Other people said he was just, baiting him. But that's what I've seen a few people argue on that point specifically. No, I haven't done a Johnny Clevis lore video, but I want to. "100% LA Noire." I'll go for the street crimes. The street crimes, I'll do those in one big video after the main game.
God bless you.
Well, Raul maybe could beat Cooper in a duel, but...
I got a customer for you right now.
Knight Titus's actor voiced Joey Leone, and Hank voiced Donald Love. Oh, I didn't know that. But, Mr. Nowhere, do you know what I think my prediction is for the TV show? I think that the ghoul is going to die in a future episode. Like, maybe near the end of the series. But do you know how I think he's gonna die? I think that that little girl who gave him the food is probably gonna kill him for killing her brother. That's probably what's gonna happen. Because that's what the thing about this is that he's an outlaw, basically like an outlaw cowboy. And in a lot of outlaw movies, it's typically the theme of the movie is where, like, the child at the beginning of the movie has, like, you know, their father, you know, mother murdered by, like, the evil outlaw. And then at the end of the movie, they end up, you know, they grow up and then they end up killing that outlaw. And so that's probably what I think is going to happen, is I think that girl is probably going to end up killing him. Reminds me of The Last of Us 2, but it's different, because this... The Last of Us 2, that revenge plot basically came out of nowhere. This would make way more sense. What is the maddest time you ever had? What is my most angry time? What do you mean my most angry time? Well, the Brotherhood of Steel are kind of scumbags. I mean, they are. They didn't portray the NCR as, like, heroic either, too. So that's another important thing. Since the season 2 of the Fallout TV show will be going to Las Vegas, I really hope that we end up seeing the remnants of Caesar's Legion. Because if we saw the remnants of the NCR, if they're going to Nevada, then we're probably going to see the remnants of Caesar's Legion. Because Caesar's Legion occupies Arizona, and so I'd really like to see the Legion in season 2, like to see them appear. Okay, we're about to be at 800,000. Mr. House and Caesar's Legion aren't saints either. Oh yeah. Oh, no, I agree with that. I never was defending Caesar's Legion. The only thing I said is I want to see Caesar's Legion in Season 2. I've done Criminal Mastermind multiple times. Who is the most evil king and queen in history? The most evil king in history might be arguably Genghis Khan. And, Genghis Khan, if you even count Genghis Khan as a king, because Genghis Khan probably would not see himself as a king. Genghis Khan would probably see himself as a warlord, so Genghis Khan possibly. But, the most evil queen in history, I don't know. I don't really know that many evil queens. I know a lot more evil kings, but queens, I don't know that many. Think Caesar is dead by the time of the Fall TV show? Yes, he's dead. Caesar was gonna die of a brain tumor, so Caesar is dead by that time, yes. Oh, come on. Oh, that really sucks. Man, this car is trashed. No, I've never watched a Narcos show.
Thank you.
Okay, 802,000. Nice. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Okay, thank God it's another city one. He'll play a huge role in Season 2, so that confirms Mr. House survived. I think Mr. House, won. I think Mr. House's ending is probably the canon ending in Fallout New Vegas. And I would say, honestly, I would trust Mr. House with running New Vegas much more than I would trust, like, the NCR or Caesar's Legion. So I think Mr. House would probably be the best for running in New Vegas.
Taxi! Hi! Let's go, please.
Have you ever watched Breaking Bad? No, I've watched clips. Why was the Vietnam War way more controversial than the Korean War? They seem like similar conflicts. I would say that probably because we won in Korea really quickly. We didn't end up, you know, kicking communism out of North Korea, but that was never really our goal. Our goal was more to protect South Korea. So we won in Korea. We stopped them and the war ended. But when it came to Vietnam, we didn't win. And the war dragged on for years and years and years and years, and people were getting mad. And I personally think that that the Vietnam War, when you really think about the Vietnam War, though,
I've got someone for you.
okay, let's see here. Okay. Well, when it comes to the Vietnam War, America didn't just lose the Vietnam War. America also lost the Vietnam War in propaganda. So it wasn't just a military defeat for America, but it was also a propaganda defeat. Because there is so much anti-American propaganda when it comes to the Vietnam War. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the propaganda is so much when it comes to the Vietnam War that it portrays the Americans. It makes the Americans look like they're the Nazi SS, and it makes the Viet Cong look like they're freedom fighters. So literally, that's what the propaganda has done. Is it's made Americans look like Nazis, and it's made it's made the Viet Cong look like they're honorable freedom fighters. And so that's why I say is America didn't just lose the Vietnam War, they also lost the propaganda war as well. Oh, crap. War crimes happened in the Vietnam War. I'm not denying that. I know the U.S. did horrible things in the Vietnam War. You had the My Lai massacre, and everybody that was involved in the My Lai massacre deserved to get, you know, the death penalty for what they did. But the point that I'm getting at here is it's not about being pro-war or anti-war. I personally think we probably shouldn't have gotten involved in the Vietnam War, but it's one thing. It's one thing if you think the U.S. should not have gotten involved in the Vietnam War. That's one thing. I'm not, you know, saying that that's a bad position to have. What I'm saying is if somebody thinks that the Viet Cong were good people, if they think the Viet Cong were like freedom fighters, they're an idiot. That's it. The Viet Cong were not good people. The Viet Cong were terrorists. They were, you know, horrible people. They did horrible things. They tortured people. You know, they murdered thousands of people. And like, for example, the Hue City massacre. People don't know about the Hue City massacre, but when the NVA, the North Vietnamese Army, actually took Hue City, they murdered over 3,000 civilians. They went through the city and they killed so many civilians. And in the modern day country of Vietnam, it's actually illegal to talk about the Hue City massacre. It's not in their history books. You can't even talk about it. It's forbidden. So during the Hue City massacre, they murdered over 3,000 people. There was plenty of people that they killed that were civilians, POWs. A lot of people they killed in the Hue City massacre. The Hue City massacre is actually in Black Ops 1. If anybody's ever played Black Ops 1, the mission is called the Defector. It's that mission where you go to the safe house and then you meet Reznov or it's hallucinating Reznov. But during that mission, if you actually pay attention to the start of that mission, you will see like civilians running in the streets and you'll see NVA soldiers just gunning them down. So you'll see that. And then when you go like room to room, you'll see the NVA soldiers just murdering people. And so the point that I'm getting at is that the U.S. did commit war crimes in the Vietnam War, but people never talk about the war crimes the NVA committed. They don't talk about the war crimes the Viet Cong committed. They make it seem like the Viet Cong and the NVA are just good people. And another thing is why do people not see the Viet Cong and the NVA as invaders? Because that's what they were. There was two countries. There was South Vietnam and North Vietnam, and the Viet Cong and the NVA were invading South Vietnam. So why are they not seen as invaders as well? If the Americans are going to be portrayed as invaders, then the Viet Cong and the NVA also have to be portrayed as invaders because they're the ones who invaded, you know, South Vietnam. So basically, the Vietnam War is a much more complicated conflict than people make it out to be. It makes it seem like the propaganda that's been just waged, and like these college kids that basically think that like Americans were like Nazis and that the Viet Cong were like good people. That's you know, it's just the fact that like, you know, imagine if you are like an 18-year-old kid, right? You're like a working class person during the Vietnam War, like an American. You get drafted. You have no choice. You don't have a choice to go. You get drafted. You know, you get captured as a prisoner of war. You get tortured. You barely survive that. And then when you finally get home, you have like people like at the airport just like spitting at you and like calling you like a baby killer and like a fascist. Like, you know, imagine that. So that's why Vietnam veterans have such high suicide rates, because of just how badly the public has just treated them. That's why I like you, an actual educated person on social media for once. Well, thank you. And look, you know, there's gonna be stupid people that are gonna, you know, say that I'm like, you know, supporting like, you know, U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, but I'm not even supporting U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. The only thing I'm saying is I'm giving you guys a different perspective on the thing that the Viet Cong and the NVA were not these good freedom fighters that people portrayed them to be. You know, they were supporting an authoritarian government. They were led by a dictator, Ho Chi Minh. They were a Soviet puppet state. That's what North Vietnam pretty much was. You know, they committed war crimes against their own people. Thousands of their own people that they murdered. They murdered prisoners of war. They tortured prisoners of war. You can look up what the Hanoi Hilton was. One of the worst, you know, POW camps. The horrible things they did. And yet, you never hear about that. You never hear about the Hue City massacre, how they murdered over 3,000 civilians in that city. You don't hear about that things. Instead, the only thing you hear about is how evil the Americans were in the Vietnam War. And so I would say just the propaganda that's just been pushed around there is the fact that, like, you know, the NVA and the Viet Cong, after all the torture that they've done, the fact that they can be portrayed as like heroes, it's stupid. I don't know if Gunner is still here. Gunner, are you still here in this chat? Like, what do you think? But Gunner is a viewer of mine, and he's actually in Vietnam, and he actually agrees with most of what I say about this. But basically, he lives in South Vietnam, and like most people that live in, like, for example, Ho Chi Minh, they call the city Saigon, which is its original name, because when the city was actually conquered by North Vietnam, the city was actually renamed to Saigon. And also is, if you were an anti-communist, if you were involved in the South Vietnamese government, if you were a soldier, you would be sent to a re-education camp. So right when the North Vietnamese took over South Vietnam, you'd be sent to a re-education camp. But do you ever hear about that? When they talk about the Vietnam War, you ever hear about the crimes committed against the South Vietnamese people by the North Vietnamese? You don't hear about that. And I would say that most of it comes from these, it comes from a lot of these college kids, these spoiled, like, rich, entitled college kids that, you know, they're just so fascinated by communism, they think that communism is, like, a good system, and they're just there to, you know, just trash the U.S. completely. That's what I would say about it. Well, you can make the argument that the U.S. shouldn't have been in Vietnam. I don't think we should have been there either. I would agree with you on that. But the point that I'm getting at is that it's one thing if somebody disagrees with the war, but it's another thing if they think that the NVA and the Viet Cong were, like, good and honorable people. That's what I'm getting at. Well, actually, Boku is, one thing that I will say about it is that the government of South Vietnam requested the U.S. help. So the U.S., if the U.S. wanted to, the U.S. could have ended the Vietnam War early if they invaded North Vietnam. But the U.S. didn't want to invade North Vietnam. The U.S.'s policy during the Cold War was containment. And the containment policy was basically that, you know, they're not going to invade communist countries, but they're going to stop communism from spreading. That's basically what the policy of containment was. That's pretty much what it was. And so, is that you're saying the U.S. shouldn't have been there? You can make that argument, but North Vietnam shouldn't have been there either then. If the U.S. shouldn't have been there, North Vietnam shouldn't have been there, because South Vietnam was a sovereign country, and North Vietnam did not have a right to attack it. And are we also going to forget, for example, like, we're going to forget, like, the Soviet Union? The Soviet Union shouldn't have been there either. The Soviet Union was there arming and supporting the Viet Cong. They sent, like, hundreds of advisors the Soviet Union sent into the Vietnam War. And it was, like, over 100 Soviets died in the Vietnam War, so there was military advisors, there was volunteers. So, like, if the Americans shouldn't have been there, the Soviets shouldn't have been there either. So, let me get to it here. 3.30. Iraq, Serbia, Panama, Grenada, Guatemala, Nicaragua, always waging war or selling war. Look, I'm not here to justify, you know, the U.S.'s, like, you know, actions in, like, so many conflicts. I think that it's personally stupid that the U.S. gets involved in, like, a lot of these conflicts. If you've actually followed my channel for some time, you would know that I'm a strict non-interventionalist. I don't support intervening in other countries' affairs. You would know that. If you watched a bunch of my videos, watching my streams, you would know I don't support intervening in other countries' affairs. The point that I'm getting at is I'm not justifying any kind of intervention. The point that I'm getting at is that the U.S. is portrayed as this, like, evil, you know, horrible, you know, occupier in the Vietnam War, and the North Vietnamese and the South Vietnamese are, you know, portrayed as, you know, good guys. Soviets didn't send soldiers in Korea. U.S. did it first. Actually, that's not true. The Soviets actually did send soldiers into the Korean War. In the Korean War, when the MiG-15s, those Soviet fighter jets that were flying, they were flying with North Korean flags on them, but they were actually Soviet pilots. The Soviets did not trust the North Koreans with their MiG-15s, but they still wanted to use the MiG-15s in the war. And so what the Soviets did was the Soviets sent hundreds of their own pilots, and they put them in North Korean uniforms. And what the Soviets did was they took their Asian Soviet citizens, and they dressed them up in Korean uniforms, so that if they got captured, they could say, oh, they were, you know, a North Korean. They're not a Soviet. But that's what the Soviets did, is they sent hundreds of pilots into the Korean War. So when you saw those air battles that were happening in the Korean War, that was actually the U.S. fighting against Soviet pilots dressed in North Korean uniforms and flying North Korean aircraft. That's what a lot of people don't know about. So, and also, I'll tell you something, is that I'm not here to make excuses for the CIA or, like, the U.S. government. They've done horrible things. Absolutely horrible things. If I was president, personally, I would abolish the CIA. I would abolish the CIA, I would get rid of it. But, for example, if you look at the Soviet Union, the Soviet Union has had almost just as many interventions as the US has had. The Soviet Union supported coups in a lot of countries. They supported a coup in Angola. They supported a coup in Nicaragua. They supported also the communists in the Cuban Civil War. They supported the North Vietnamese. And the Soviets were the ones who actually started the Korean War. You could make the argument that the U.S. was the ones who went into the into Korea, but the Soviets were the ones who started it because Stalin basically went to Kim Il-sung, who was the dictator of North Korea, and Stalin told him, invade South Korea, I'll support you. Well, what Stalin didn't expect is he didn't expect the United Nations to basically send a task force to stop North Korea. Stalin thought that the United Nations was going to be just like the League of Nations and they weren't going to do anything, and that North Korea was just going to take over South Korea. So the Soviet Union has had plenty of interventions, but you don't hear about the Russian interventions constantly. You hear also a lot about the American interventions. But if we're going to criticize intervention here, everybody has to be criticized equally. You have to criticize the American interventionism, and we also have to criticize the Russian interventionism and the Chinese interventionism. Like, for example, if you look at a country like Venezuela, Venezuela is a victim of 3 different countries right now. Venezuela is a victim of American imperialism, Russian imperialism, and Chinese imperialism. Is all 3 superpowers, Russia, China, and America, are trying to get involved in Venezuela. And the reason primarily for that is because Venezuela actually has some of the world's largest oil reserves. So you cannot look at this, the world, and just basically say, oh, you know, American interventionism is bad, but, you know, Russian interventionism, Chinese interventionism, I'm gonna, you know, be okay with that or ignore that. So I personally think that these superpowers like, you know, Russia, America, and China, these superpowers have, you know, caused so much damage within the last 100 years. Okay, let's get over this destination here. You know, but, like, the thing is, though, is I'll tell you, is, like, you know, these people, for example, you know, a lot of these people, they will criticize the U.S. at, like, every single thing the U.S. does. And look, the U.S. is not a perfect country. The U.S. has done evil things, horrible things. I'm not here to defend American foreign policy. Like, you know, you look at what America has done in Libya and Syria, it's a disaster. And Iraq, too. It was a disaster. You know, they messed up those 3 countries. But for example, if you talk about, like, the Soviet Union, for example, like invading Hungary, invading Czechoslovakia, invading Poland, if you talk about stuff like that, those same people that are oftentimes, like, criticizing, like, American interventionism, they'll say, oh, that was justified. You know, Soviets were just defending themselves from Western imperialists. That's what they'll say. So they'll criticize American imperialism, but then when it comes to, like, communist imperialism, they'll be perfectly fine, because in their minds, they think that communist countries can't be imperialist. They think that communist countries can't, you know, harass other countries, invade other countries, and colonize other countries. That's basically what they think in their minds. And that's just a load of BS. But enough of talking about this subject. It's just a messy, you know, stupid subject. Your talks in history inspired me to major in history in college. Thank you, Breezing. Okay, let's go here.
Hi. Let's go, please.
Okay, 2 miles here. The USSR even destroyed Albania economically. Don't forget that, bro. Yes, I know about that. And that's because the, Albania was a communist country, but they hated the Soviet Union, and they sided with China. And the Soviets were so pissed off at Albania for that. So yeah, I know about that too. Yeah. What do you think about terrorist cells in America? It's, I don't know. I don't know how many there are. You know, hopefully they're all stopped. Thank you for the super chat, regular dude. But, yeah, I will, I will say, I will say that America has done, you know, definitely horrible things. Like, all this interventionism is stupid, but, you know, like, when people, like, criticize, like, the American involvement in, like, the Korean War, for example, America made South Korea a better place. It did. Because if America never intervened in South Korea, that's like one of the few times where, intervention was justified, is South Korea would be under North Korean control. Like, if you look at a map of the Korean War, before the US got involved, there was, like, this tiny corner left of South Korea. Like, North Korea had pretty much taken over, like, 95% of the country, and because of the US's involvement, South Korea is one of the most flourishing countries in the world, and I think that South Koreans even make more money than the average American, too. You know, they're one of the highest standards of living countries in the world. So I think it's like, people don't talk about stuff like that, generally. I'm not here to make excuses for the U.S. government. I'm a very libertarian person. I don't support any kind of intervention. I don't support intervening in other countries' affairs. But personally, I just get pissed when I just see all this, like, you know, anti-American propaganda being thrown around constantly, that, like, America is this, like, horrible, evil place. You know, maybe you could make the argument that the government is, like, evil, but if you're gonna, like, say the country is evil, like, the people are evil, you're an idiot. Okay. Get over here.
Taxi! Hello. And off we go.
Okay, we're almost there. Almost at 1 million. I don't mind subjects like this. Well, I mean, I don't too, but I know it pisses some people off, so I guess I can avoid talking about it, but... Thank you for the super chat. Do I own any firearms? Yeah, I own a few. I own a few, mostly old ones, surplus ones. But yeah, a few.
What is happening?
Okay, here we go. What is your dream country to live in? My dream country to live in is the United States. I don't think I would want to live anywhere else. It's just my country. I'm not attacking any other country or anything. I'm not one of those people that says, like, you know, America is the best country ever. But to me, personally, America is the best country. Just in my opinion, for me, personally, living here. But I can understand why other people think that their country is the best country.
Thank you so
I just personally cannot live anywhere else besides America. This is where I grew up, and, you know, this is my home.
I've got someone for you.
Okay. Okay. Who's gone too far? What, Drippy?
Taxi! Hey! Cool, let's go. Oh,
I'm not sure, for that, how do I say your name? I don't know about that. When they boycott the Olympics, I don't know much about that.
Can't wait to catch the game at your place tomorrow.
Have you ever gotten a troll donation before? Many times. What's a troll donation? That's when, that's when a troll donation is basically when somebody will make a donation, but they'll say something nasty in the donation just so it appears. Not to get political, but why is Russia banned from the Olympics, but China is allowed to stay? I don't think any country should get banned from the Olympics. I think every country should be able to compete.
Thank you.
Call just came in. It's up on your GPS now.
Pro, is my donation a troll donation? You know very much. You know very well that it's a troll donation. You know what you typed in that super chat. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna like read. I always read stuff in my head before I actually read it out loud. So you know what you wanted me to read in that. Okay. Here we go.
Taxi! Hi. You drive, be careful.
I don't think any country should get banned from the Olympics, because the Olympics are supposed to be a place where everybody can come together peacefully and just, you know, support their countries. And so it's one of the few places where there's not supposed to be conflict. So I don't think that any country should get banned from the Olympics.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is dispatch. I got a job going right now.
But Drippy, are you still here? What do you mean going, going too far of what? Pro, are you ever going to give up, let us down, run around, desert us? No? No, I want to do, like, you know, YouTube for as long as I can. I enjoy it, generally.
Looking forward to watching Fame or Shame. Love that show.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get this chariot motion.
What? You retarded or something?
Wait, what? I didn't get something? Oh, I guess yeah. I'm tired tonight. Sorry, everyone. That's Rick Roll right there? Oh. Well, Rick Roll, I remember Rick Roll, that was something that happened back in the day, but even though it happened back in the day, it's, I don't even remember the lyrics. I remember when that would pop up. Okay, here we go. We're close. We're close to the million.
I got a customer for you right now.
Taxi! Hi! Let's go, please.
Do you think all of Rockstar's mistakes can be blamed on Take-Two Interactive? Not all of them, but some of them definitely can be. GTA Plus, you could make the argument that that's something that Take-Two Interactive is probably pushing a lot. Thank you, David, for the super chat.
Thanks.
I really like your car.
The streams are very entertaining and educational. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Tristan. And look, you know, whenever I talk something on, like, when I talk something on, like, history and stuff like that, is people don't have to agree with what I say. Is, like, you know, always look for your own perspectives, always look for, you know, have your own theories, look at, you know, you don't have to always take my word for everything, but do your own research, and, that's basically what I would say about it. Even when people disagree with me and insult me, I don't ban them in the chat. I don't believe in censorship.
You little bitch. Hey, Dotsy.
Can you say happy birthday, my friend? Well, happy birthday to your friend, Pickle.
You can drive now.
Would I rather be stuck in Vault 106 or Vault 112? Well, the question is, can I escape or am I trapped there? Well, happy birthday, Bori. I will play Metal Gear Solid, but once I finish, some of the other playthroughs I'm doing right now. If I'm trapped, I'd rather be trapped in Vault 106, because in Vault 106, eventually you die, but in Vault 112, you never die, and you're trapped in endless torture. I don't think we'll ever get a game like GTA 4 again. GTA 6 looks too much like an action movie. Does not look as deep as GTA 4. Oh, okay, David. Thank you for the super chat. I don't think we're ever gonna get a game like, and even not just GTA 4. Look at Saints Row 2. I don't think we're ever gonna get a game like Saints Row 2 again. Patrick, you look handsome. Well, thank you.
Gracias.
Okay, this should probably be 2 or 3 more, and we're done.
I've got someone for you.
No, I never watched The Acolyte.
Taxi. Hello.
Okay.
Let's go, please.
No, the car's not smoking it. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be 3 more fares. Counting this one. It's gonna be about 74 fares. Hey Professional, long-time fan of your videos and your playthroughs. Any thoughts on next Sniper Elite? Sniper Elite 6? I actually have contact with Rebellion. I know they follow me on Twitter and I follow them, or the Sniper Elite Twitter. I'm gonna probably make another poll on my channel asking my viewers what war they would like to see in Sniper Elite 6, and I'll probably send it over to the Rebellion.
Thanks.
Okay. Who's the most evil Jedi? It's easy, Coyote Mundi.
Call this team in. It's up on your GPS now.
He was, he had, like, multiple wives, and when they died, he didn't care. When his kids died, he didn't care. He also was the one who ordered, he ordered the clones to use flamethrowers on the Geonosians. He also got upset at Anakin mourning his mother, and he said that he didn't mourn over his wife and children dying, and so Anakin shouldn't either. I hope GTA 6 has some kind of Mafia aspect at least. One thing I missed, the Mafia impersonation. Nice hat, by the way. Thank you. Well, we're definitely going to see cartels in GTA 6, and we actually might see the Mafia, some kind of Mafia connection to Florida, which the Mafia does have connections to Florida, too. Thank you, Big Voodoo Gaming. And, thank you also, Grim Reaper, for that super chat, too. Thank you, guys. Would love to say you make a video on the Yugoslavian War. Well, I might do that when I make, like, a video on Nico's background. I might do that. Guys, we haven't hit 1 million, by the way, yet. For people wondering, we've hit 1 million, we haven't. We're one more fair.
There's a job near you right now.
This is the final fair. Can't wait to game with you, until 6 comes out. Much love. Thank you, Ant. Thanks, man. This is the final one. This is the final fair. This is it. The reason I have $1 million is because it's the good bonus. That's what it is, pretty much. Good sport bonus.
Hi. Let's go, please.
See, look at that. I have 998,000. This is the final fair now. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Wait, what do you mean, Carter? Oh, we did it. Oh, man, it's over. Oh, we did it. We hit 1 million.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
Yeah, we're at 1 million. We did it. I know what I'm gonna do with the taxi, by the way. The time of the speed run is, I guess, let's put it at 3 hours, 22 minutes, and like 40 seconds. I know what I'm gonna do with this taxi. Anyone have any questions for me before I go here? By the way, I'm sorry if I'm slow, guys. I'm just tired, exhausted. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning too. $1 million pizza delivery speedrun. Yeah. Oh man. What? Pro, put on your seatbelt. Yep. Seriously.
You suck!
How is this not... I can't even cancel the taxi missions right now. Now I messed that up. The train video will be tomorrow. Okay, come on. This is stupid now. Okay, there we go. The train video, I'll be talking about this YouTuber that got arrested for trying to derail a train. And I'll talk about that tomorrow in a video. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that was a crazy stream there, guys. Does anybody want to ask me any questions before I go? I'll answer a few questions before I go. What the?
We got an opportunity, boss.
No. I'm done with opportunities right now. What is... Was that a cougar I heard? Oh, there it is. Do 7-day Survivor in Dead Rising. I could actually do that, but that would be such a pain. That will be a 14-hour stream. Do you have any siblings? A half-brother and a half-sister. Favorite lore video I've done? My favorite lore video, maybe the Dmitry Raskolov video, maybe that one. That was a lot of fun to make. But I will tell you guys though, is I got a lore video coming out later this year. It's going to be coming out near the end of the year because it's a really long project. It's going to be a really big project. But this lore video that I got coming out, this lore video is going to be called Top 10 Most Evil Criminals in Crime Games. And that video will be my favorite lore video of all time that I ever make. Top 10 Most Evil Criminals in Crime Games. Oh, thank you, MZG. Thank you. $80 super chat from MZG. Give a special shout out to MZG there. Thank you. Hey, Pro, wanna ask Watch Dogs character, Mr. Crispin. When I first played this game, I didn't know what the hell that guy was because I was young when I played it, but watching your video, yeah, that guy is into sick stuff. Good that he died. Well, Crispin was a human trafficker, and he was apparently wanted in America, and then he went to an unknown European country. We don't know what European country he went to, and he's been there for, like, nearly a decade, and then he came back for the auction, Quinn's auction. Well, Crispin was a really, really horrible guy. Thank you, MZG. Thank you for the, super chat. I wish State of Decay was on PlayStation. I would play it if it was on PlayStation. I will maybe make one on the Lemoyne Raiders one day, too. Maybe I could do that, Hustler. Well, for the evil criminals list, we are not going to have protagonists on that list, so there will be no protagonists. Well, I can't have most dogs, because I probably would be allergic to most dogs, but I like dogs, but I'm just allergic to most of them. You look like you're from 1925. Well, thank you. What's up, Pro? Love your history lessons, and here's 5 for reaching 1 million in taxi work. Also, can you add me as a friend on PSN after stream? I will add you later tonight or tomorrow, if not tonight, Legend, but I promise I will add you. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Thank you. Claude would be the most evil GTA protagonist, yes. I did a lore video on that, actually. Did Johnny Clevis deserve his fate? No. But I will, I will probably be having some frozen pizza tonight, because I don't feel like cooking. So just put it in the oven. But I will wrap up the stream here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome, and you guys always help me out, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who came by the stream, dropped a like, and, you know, watched the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and, always like doing streams for you guys, and I always like hanging out with you guys. Even some of the people that don't agree with me, maybe when I'm talking certain things, I still appreciate you always coming by. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.